Despite all the doom and gloom, Donald Trump made the right decision picking JD Vance. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today we have to talk about the 2024 presidential election because it seems like the Kamala Harris campaign sucks, and I know, it's only been a week since her campaign started. There could be time for the campaign to change. I get that, but as of now, this campaign might be worse than Biden's, and I know, that's a very hard thing to do. Like, that is nearly impossible. But when you look at what the campaign is doing right now, you begin to realize, oh, wait a minute. They might be even more incompetent than they were with Biden. And remember, these are the same people. These are the same people that ran Biden's campaign into the ground. But you think that's bad enough. Like, okay, the people that ran Biden's campaign into the ground, they're still here, mostly. Well, apparently, and this is a rumor circulating, Harris had rehired a bunch of people from her 2020 campaign. You know, a campaign that most people would agree to is just a disaster and what everyone points to as what to not do during a campaign. Yeah, apparently, she rehired a bunch of those people, which is just crazy to think about, but it explains why this campaign sucks. Now again, like I said, things could theoretically change, but right off the bat, this campaign's a mess. So let's go bullet point by bullet point to explain why this campaign's a disaster, because it is. There's no other way to put it other than a complete disaster. And starting with the ads. Where's the Harris campaign? I'm being dead serious. Where are they in the airwaves? I haven't seen a single TV ad from Harris's campaign. Now, to be fair, I've only seen a couple Trump ads, but even then it's like, you've seen a couple Trump ads on Harris. You've seen it. While with Harris, you have seen nothing. Now, to be fair to the Harris campaign, it's only been a week. Like, you know, last Sunday was when Biden dropped out. I understand that to a lesser extent, but at some point it's like, okay, where are these ads at? You're telling me the Trump campaign has already posted like 15 ads against you, and they have scheduled like $300 million of ads against Harris, or something crazy. So you're telling me that in a span of like 2 or 3 days, they were able to get on the air with a bunch of ads, but the Harris campaign has spent nothing? Now I know some people are going to say, well, she's on Facebook right now. Congratulations, so is Trump. Like, the same people just 3 months ago were saying Biden's going to win the presidency because of ad spends. Not just on Facebook, but because of TV ads. Remember? I remember that well. Everyone was saying Biden is killing Trump with ads. He's going to win the presidency because of it. Which turns out that's horseshit. But either way, I really believe that unlike the Biden ads where it didn't change anything, I think these ads are going to be actually effective. They're actually going to do something. And the reason being is, unlike Biden, unlike Trump, where everyone knows who they are, there's still a chunk of the population that really don't know who Harris is. They really don't. Like, okay, so I would say most people know she's the vice president, but there's still like 10 to 15% of Americans that flat out have no clue who the hell Kamala Harris is. And even then, Harris's quote-unquote surge in favorability is not natural. It's not sustainable. And you can argue the only reason Harris is surging is because of response bias. Like, SoCal. He is a good friend of the channel. He is a pollster now. By the way, he got mentioned by Trump, which is crazy. But either way, he is doing polls for Red Eagle and others right now. And he was asked, do you have a massive Democrat response bias in your recent polls? And he said, yes. Not as big as the national poll, but it still exists. Yeah. So, he is openly saying there is a response bias in these polls, which is not surprising because when you think about it, that kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, Democrats finally got rid of Biden and they got someone they think they can actually win with. But either way, the ad stuff is just one thing. This is the least of their problems. And you could argue this is just because of timing. They got rid of Biden like 2 weeks, or not even 2 weeks ago, a week ago. And they're going to get on the air hopefully in God knows when, but surely next week, right? Another issue with the Harris campaign is, for whatever reason, they're focused nearly 100% on terminally online issues. What do I mean by this? Well, it seems like every other day at this point, there's a new quote-unquote Vance scandal or a Trump scandal that no one gives a shit about. For example, do you guys remember how a couple days ago Vance said that if he drank Mountain Dew, the left would call him racist? Remember that? And everyone mocked him for it, like, oh my goodness, he is delusional, he has no clue what he's talking about. Well, Tyrone, yes, that Tyrone, found that the Atlantic actually called him racist for drinking Mountain Dew. Yeah. Remember how everyone made a big deal about that quote-unquote gaffe by Vance? Not even a week after the fact, no, not even 3 days after, this was called a gaffe by everyone. The Atlantic called him racist for drinking Mountain Dew. Just because Mountain Dew was created in, like, rural America or some crap like that. It's like, seriously, this is their talking point? I cannot believe that this is real. But Tyrone found this. This is just crazy, but this is the media. Is really anyone surprised that this happened? Just like Vance said, he was to be called racist for anything. Just like he was called racist for drinking Mountain Dew. Which is just crazy to me that this is real. But it is. But you might be saying, well, okay, maybe this is just, the online people. This is not the actual Kamala Harris campaign. Nope. According to Politico, the Harris campaign is actually going to attack Vance and Trump for being weird. Instead of attacking them for being a threat to democracy, they're going to say, Vance is weird. He did some weird stuff. He said some weird stuff. You can't make this up. While the Trump campaign is talking about immigration, the economy, crime, the issues that actually matter, the Harris campaign, as of now, they're going to be focused on the couch story. They're going to talk about Mountain Dew is racist. They're going to talk about God knows what. I just cannot believe that this is what they're talking about. In other words, the Harris campaign is doing exactly what the Clinton campaign did back in 2016. Remember when they called Trump homophobic, racist, transphobic, all that crap? Remember? Well, you could argue they're doing it in a more egregious way. At least back in 2016, calling someone racist actually meant something. Now it's like no one cares. But now, the Harris campaign, it's not just calling him racist or weird. Look at this. People are making a big deal about this image. So the context is, Vance posted on his Twitter like 3 years ago or whatever, him at a gun show. And he's looking at guns and all that stuff. Well, someone noticed, someone that's online 24/7, they have no clue what's the real world, all that crap. They noticed in the same image, there is World War II memorabilia in the background. And of course, it's the Nazi symbol. My question to these people is, what's the big deal? Just because someone owns a Nazi medal or whatever, that doesn't make them a Nazi. That's just ridiculous. There's a bunch of history buffs in America that own a bunch of World War II stuff, including Nazi medals. They have Japanese stuff. They even have Soviet stuff. Does that make them, pro-Soviet Union or whatever? Pro-communist? No. It's a part of history. Again, if you're supporting the ideology, that's one thing. But merely having a German metal. That doesn't make you a Nazi or whatever. Plus, this is not even Vance buying it. This is just in the background of a picture that he took 3 years ago at a gun show. These people are so ridiculous. It's unbelievable, but this is what they're attacking Vance and Trump for. Not on the issues on, well, 3 years ago, Vance was in the same photo with World War II memorabilia that you could barely see. It's unbelievable, but this is what the Harris campaign is doing. These are surrogates. I guarantee you, these Harris people, they approved of this. They said, yep, attack Vance for this. What a load of crap. Now, as for the other things, the campaign has done nothing but spam TikTok and Twitter with garbage. I'm not showing the videos because you're going to die of cringe if you see them. If you want to go ahead and watch them, go ahead, go watch them and realize quickly, oh wait, I made a big fat mistake. But you also have these leaked memos from the Harris campaign, which again, this was a rumor that was circulating. There's a chance this could be fake, but there was a leaked memo going around where apparently the Harris campaign was bailing on Wisconsin and even Michigan. That doesn't mean they're not going to spend any time or money there. They just believe that they're screwed in both of those states. That's a rumor. That's not 100% true. That could be complete horseshit. I have a feeling that it's kind of true, especially with the white working class vote. And when you factor in, wait a minute, most of the VP picks that Harris is considering, they're not from the Rust Belt. They're from the Sun Belt. Makes you really wonder. But of all the things the Harris campaign is doing, this last point might be the dumbest of them all. They are targeting states like Florida and Mississippi. Not in a, Trump style where he does one rally and that's it. No. Apparently, the Harris campaign is spending a bunch of money and resources and time on these two states. Mississippi's more of a rumor, but Florida is confirmed. Florida is confirmed to be a target by the Harris campaign, at least for now. And I know, campaigns say this all the time. But look at this tweet. Look at this. Kamala Harris campaign to launch Florida ground game this weekend, deploying 2,600 voters. Yeah, or volunteers, I should say. Yeah. They really are putting time and effort into Florida. And God knows how much money. Again, I understand that Trump said the same thing about New Jersey and New York, but you could argue, well, for starters, Biden was just collapsing in the polling. He was doing awful in New Jersey. There were polls that had him down even. New York was within a margin of error according to some polls. It was getting bad. All right, that's a fact. I'm not saying that Trump was going to win those states, but at least there are some data points that suggest, oh, these states might be closer than usual. But Florida? The same state the Republicans have, a 2 million voter registration advantage in? Really? You're gonna spend that much time into one state? I mean, this is not a small amount of time or money. That's 2,600 volunteers. That's quite a bit of resources for just Florida. And you have them targeting even Texas. It's like, what are they doing? The more you read into this campaign, the more it makes you really wonder, what are they trying to accomplish? Why are they talking about Florida, Mississippi? Mississippi? A Trump plus 16 state? A state that no one believes, even in a best case scenario, is going to be within 10 points. I really don't get what this campaign is trying to do. But that's the Harris campaign. These are the same people that ran our campaign into the ground back in 2020, and these idiots were running the Biden campaign like crap. You combine the shit parts of the Harris campaign with the shit parts of the Biden campaign, and you get this. I really don't get what this campaign is doing. It could change, it could be horse shit, I get it. But does this sound like a strong and smart campaign? I don't think so. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.